back in 5 minutes, or I can't help you. Whole show fired up. Hey, will you do me a big favor?
We were fighting.
What do you have to fight about? Your sister. You guys have nothing to fight about. Why were you in her bed? I know the answer, so you be careful. I know why you were in her bed. Because you knew that it bothered her. You were trying to get hurt. Yes. You know that she doesn't want you in her bed, doesn't she?
No, I'm going to
Trust me.
I went into her bed because we were playing something. Oh no.
See?
She was going to spit in it. You did that to my
No,
bed.
you're just making that stuff up.
I thought it in her bed.
You did what?
She had a cold.
If
She
you did
couldn't.
that in my bed, you know what you'd be doing? Wrong. You'd be washing my bed. In the washing machine.
I mean, we would have cold one.
Well, you would be helping. Stop. Stop. Well, this one. That's true. But it was an accident. You didn't do it on purpose. Now, if you picked up her pillow and blew your nose with it, that would be a problem. Then she'd be mad.
No, I actually purposely got it in her bed. Yes, she did. I purposely didn't go to that room.
What happened? You probably should have that coming. You probably had that. You
Yeah.
probably had that coming then. You probably deserved that, huh? Maybe a little bit? A little bit? Oh, look at that. Dad's bringing the popcorn. He's already here. He's already at the door.
Alright.
How you doing, brother? Good, good. He just set a new land speed record of getting popcorn. I don't know how he did it. No. I'll probably grab something between games, maybe. Grab a hot dog or two. Get rolling here. I can't believe it's already that time.
Testing 1, 2.
Should be a good one.
What? That guy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Peoria High School. In today's contest, we welcome our visitors, the Golden Eagles of Aberdeen Central High School, as they take on your Peoria Titan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Proper respect is to remove all headwear, face the flag, and put your right hand over your heart. Active duty military personnel or veterans not in uniform may salute the flag. That anthem will be sung by Peoria Choir Director Janice Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, state as that star-spangled banner yet waves o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The schools participating in this event are members of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They have adopted the rules under which this game is conducted. A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this event's success. Remember to cheer in a positive manner and be respectful of the officials' decisions. And those officials are Luke Acker, Tony Raker, and the Theodora Mackelhaus. They are registered by the State of South Dakota High School Activities Association, and they have worked hard to learn the rules and administer them at this event. And we request that you respect their honest efforts in officiating this contest. Now let's meet first the starting lineups for our visitors, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Number 1, junior midfielder Bryson Bergard. Number 4, senior midfielder Isaac Vanderweest. Number 7, senior defender Gavin Yost. Number 8, senior midfielder Derek Arnasalam. Number 9, senior forward Lincoln Stone. Number 10, junior forward Linus Johnson. Number 11, senior forward Tyler Bain. Number 14, a junior forward Gus Burkness. Number 22, senior defender Derek Holland. Number 30, junior defender Colton Swearingen. And number 99, a senior goalkeeper, Xander Cofield. Assistant coaches for the Golden Eagles are Jared Fishbach, Andre Cobbs, and Camden Fox. Head coach, Lance Moore. Let's meet the starting lineups for your the Titans. Number 1, a junior goalkeeper, Brax Jackson. Number 4, senior defender midfielder, Ethan DeGeese. Number 6, junior midfielder and forward, Hudson Frederick. Number 8, junior midfielder and forward, Dylan McNally. Number 9, midfielder and forward and a junior, Luca Samuel Winterhoff. Number 10, senior forward midfielder, Jude Rodda. Number 11, senior midfielder and a forward, Jonathan Howe. Number 12, defender and a forward and a sophomore, Nathan Hall. Number 14, a junior defender midfielder, Connor Kate. Number 20, senior defender, Riley Paul. And number 21, senior defender midfielder, Kevin Ryan. Assistant coaches for the Titans are Sergio Banuelos and Ryan Gallagher. Head coach is Zach Jurgens. It's time for some high school soccer.
All right, there are your starters as announced by Tom Tosh. For the visiting Golden Eagles, Burgard, Vanderweist, Yost, Arsalam, Johnson, Bain, Stone, Berkness, Holland, Swearinger, and the goalkeeper, Kufeld. For the Titans, Johnson, DeGeest, Hadrick, McNally, Wiedenhouse, Bonza, Howe, Hall, Case, Powell, and Reiners. And so we will get going shortly here. I am Shad Hockey, joined today by my partner, if you can hear me, Chris Murray, and producer Andrew Griffin. Chris, welcome back.
Good to be back. I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah.
That's good. I can't hear myself, but that's all right. We'll get her straightened out. Golden Eagles come into this one 8-1. One of the more impressive Double-A teams we've seen. 6 straight shutouts they've had up until the last game they played, where they allowed 1 whole goal, and they still won. And so 8-1, Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles come into this one. They started off with a 2-1 win against Pierre, and then their only loss of the year, 2-3 loss at Jefferson. Since then, 1-0 Harrisburg, 2-0 Rapid City Central, 1-0 Rapid City Stevens, 3-0 Huron, 2-0 Brandon, 4-0 Roosevelt, 2-1 Brookings. So they finally allowed a goal. I asked Coach Jurgens for the Titans, I said, what do? Do they pack it in? He said, no, they play soccer like you're supposed to. They maintain possession of the ball. And their own coach, Lance Moore, told me they try to keep the ball in their possession, out of the Titans' possession. So for the year, Aberdeen Central, goals for them, 19. Goals against them, just 5. 6 shutouts, 6 in a row until that last game where it was 2-1.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Jurgens before the game a little bit too, and he knew they were going to have their hands full today. But I think that the boys have been playing well on the Titan side, and I think it's just going to be a good test for both teams. Looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, should be a really good game. Last year, Aberdeen Central, as Reiners tries to kick it out of there, goes straight up in the air. As Harry Carey would say, that wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Last year, 7-0 and 4-0, Aberdeen beat T-Area. Coach Moore for the Golden Eagles said that the score wasn't really indicative of how the game played. He said they just got ahead, and then it kind of got away from T a little bit. He knows this T team is going to be a better team than they were a year ago. This just the second year for T area in the AA ranks.
For sure. Both teams coming out in a 4-3-3, kind of a traditional formation. So they're going to match up pretty well, and that's probably stuff that they see all the time.
Yeah.
Looks like Juve just got his hand stepped on a little bit.
Uh-oh. For the Titans on the year, 6-1-1. Their last they have won 4 in a row. They started out against Mitchell 5-0. Started out, they beat Brookings 2-1. Really entertaining game here to Watertown 0-0. And there we go. We killed a Hornet. So us 1, the Hornet 0. 2-3 they lost at Jefferson. A nice-looking Jefferson squad. Might be surprising a few people. They beat Lincoln, I see, 3-2. Then the Titans went to Harrisburg, won 1-0. The Titans, that Watertown game, really entertaining, 0-0. It was as fun a 0-0 game as you can find. And then a 0-3 shutout at Yankton. Since then, the Titans beat Harrisburg 2-0, beat Huron 5-0, beat Sioux Falls, Washington 2-1, and then beat Roosevelt 4-3. The 2-1 Washington game, Chris, you missed that one. You missed a good one.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, Washington was up 1-0 at halftime as Bonza tries to run it down in the corner. Don't think he's going to get there. Washington scored about 7.5 into that one as a PK, unfortunately, that ended the shutout streak for the Titans Brax Johnson, or the Titans and Brax Johnson, I should say. And so they got the penalty kick, went up 1-0. That carried all the way through halftime, and about 7.5 minutes in, the Titans themselves in the second half scored the tiebreaker on the header by Bonza, the kick in by Hadrick. And then, as Hadrick has done a few times this year, penalty kick at about 30 yards out. And I called him to go high. He just went left, and it just snuck through. That was the game winner, and it was some good soccer in the last 10 minutes when Washington was really trying to tie it up. And the Titans just seemed content on sitting back and giving Washington several shots on goal. So
yeah, I've been friends with HUD's dad for a long time, and he sends me all these little clips when I can't make the game, and that's really kind of become his MO, is, taking those 35 to 45-yard free kicks and finding the back of the net. I think he's done that about 3 times this year already. I think it's kind of becoming his superpower.
That is Hudson Hadrick. You'll see him, number 6. You watch out for him. Watch out for number 10, Juve Bonza. Juve has had 1 or 2 hat tricks this year. He's had a 2-goal game, so Juve can really turn it upfield when he wants to. Also, the keeper has been playing great for the Titans. That's number 1, Brax Johnson. Really active player back there. And then watch 20 and 21. That's Powell. And also Reiners on defense. This is Reiners, and he'll go all over the field and be very active. He kicks that one into a Golden Eagle. Golden Eagles now with the ball in the box.
That's
They're going to have a shot on goal. Nope. Kicked out of there. Kept alive. Connor Case, number 14.
You can already tell that the feeling out process is not taking very long. They're just kind of going at each other right now. They must be somewhat familiar, or maybe they're just getting comfortable this time of year and after playing so many games.
Yeah. Titans, 20 goals for them, 8 goals against them. The 3 goals is the most they gave up in one game. That was to Yankton, so almost half of the goals were given up in one game. I don't know. I didn't watch the Yankton game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there either, but I know Aberdeen Central's probably in the top 5, if I recall from the standings, and T might just be right outside the top 5 at 6 or 7.
Yep.
So again, this should be a whale of a game.
You're right. We'll go in the standings really quickly. Lincoln 6-1-1. Jefferson is 7-1. These Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles 8-1. And then you have Rapid City Stevens at 4th, 8-1. 5th is Yankton, 5-3-1. Sioux Falls Washington at 5-3. That's a little bit of a surprise. And then the Titans at 6-1-1.
Yeah, and for those that don't understand how they come up with that, when you're playing in these games, your record matters, and wins and losses matter based on if you beat a team above 500, which means they've won more than they've lost. Then you get more points for that,
right,
that kind of thing. And if you beat a bad team, which I shouldn't say the bad team, but a below 500 team.
A team with a bad record.
Yeah, a team with that might be struggling. If you beat them, you get less points. And so it's all seeded by the average number of points that you have per game. So you get points whether you win, lose, or draw, but it's all dependent upon the record of the team that you either win, lose, or draw against, and that kind of determines the seedings.
Great. I'm glad you explained that. So what should happen, what Golden Eagles fans and Titans fans should want to happen is whoever they play, they should be cheering for them the rest of the season because the points do fluctuate.
Agreed.
It's if you go under 250, 500, or over 750 for a winning percentage. So
Yep.
we saw that a couple of years ago in Titans basketball. Bonza, middle of the field. See what he can do with it. He just doesn't get much on the kick as the crowd groans. But the basketball team, it came down to the very last day. The Titans should have played a team they'd already beaten by 30 to go to state. Instead, they had to play Sioux Falls Christian. And
nobody wants to do that time of year.
no, and they lost that one. And state.
But that's how they do it in the state to really ensure that every game matters. And I think the other thing that it does too is there's also less points if you're a AA school and you're playing an A school, and vice versa. There's more points if you're an A school playing a AA school, and that's how Coach Anderson and Coach Juergens has always had. When we were A, they were always toward the top of the standings because we had a very healthy AA schedule. So we got more points for wins and losses by basically playing up a division.
I noticed today Sioux Falls Christian not in AA this year. Did they drop back down?
They've never been AA. Sioux Falls Christian's always been A.
Last year the boys played AA and the girls stayed A.
Correct. And I think that they just chose to do that. I have no idea why they were AA last year.
That was of their own choosing. They, much like O'Gorman does in football, they were small enough to stay down and they chose to play up, and it was a one-deal deal.
Yeah, I think you can probably petition with the state or something along those lines, but I think with that team, though, they were so good, I don't think there was anything really left to prove in A, and I think they wanted to see what they could do in AA.
Lost last year to Lincoln by 1, I think, both times, and then lost this year again by 1 to Lincoln. So Lincoln has proved. I talked about this pregame with Coach Moore, and I said we're pretty new to AA, but it's a pretty wide open field. It looks like
this year more than others, yeah, for sure. And I think that's one of the messages that Coach Juergens had before the game too, was that it's really kind of anybody's game. They just have to handle their own business and continue to play well and continue to try to win, because you can drop a place or two based on who wins and loses, and you don't even have, you might not even be playing.
Right. Yep. We saw Wiedenhouse play it to Hall. Hall just sent it in, gets taken away. Still 0-0. Almost 10 minutes into this one. Wiedenhouse, the foreign exchange student for the Titans from Germany.
He's been a pleasant surprise this year. I talked to Coach Juergens about him a little bit too, and it's always one of those things when someone comes in and says, "Hey, I want to play soccer." You just kind of wonder what they're going to be, and he's been a pleasant surprise.
Substitution
Yep.
for the Golden Eagles.
Substitution, Golden Eagles, number 21, Leo Ventura. A senior, one of 12 seniors on this Golden Eagles team. I asked Coach Moore, does that mean next year it's going to be slim pickings? And he said, no, we've got some juniors we really like, some younger guys we really like. And he just said Aberdeen is a big soccer town. He said they're not a big town where they get a lot of football players. And he said that's what it's all about is numbers, and they get numbers, and there's no real secret to it. And they've only had 4 or 5 coaches in the history of Aberdeen soccer. That dates back both sanctioned and pre-sanctioned, and they've been playing soccer there for a number of years.
Yeah, it seems like Aberdeen Central, for whatever reason, like you said, it's not a big town, but on the boys and girls side on soccer, they just always seem to be right in the mix and right in the thick of things by the end of the year. We'll talk about the girls a little bit later in the game after this, but the girls side started out a little bit slow, and I think they've either gotten some girls healthy or they've kind of found their groove, and they're beating some pretty good teams now.
Yeah, we'll cover that. We are ready for the girls' game, following the boys' game. That's going to be the case of the final 3 games, home games here. It's going to be the boys are going to play first, and then the girls at night. Coach Juergens isn't real happy about that. He said he thinks that players might still be thinking about school, and I said to fight that thought, I bet teachers were worried about kids being too worried about the game that they're not focusing on school. So
yeah, I was going to say it probably just depends on who you ask, but you also got to remember that Aberdeen Central probably got out of school about 10 o'clock this morning to make the trip and stuff. So they had a good 3.5 hour drive to get down here. So
Here's the ball being played in by Aberdeen Central. That's Ventura, just kicks it out of bounds. Ventura just into the game.
and you can tell the teams are pretty evenly matched when the ball stays in the center third
Yep.
most of the time, and there hasn't been too many real dangerous opportunities yet. But I think it's definitely coming. We're only about 12 minutes in, so.
Let me ask you something about soccer. We see this is being played, obviously, like most high school games or all high school games on a high school football field. Do you ever reference the 30-yard marker, the 20-yard marker? Because obviously in Major League Soccer they don't do it. They play on specialized fields.
What do you mean by reference? I guess I mean when you look at it, you know that the goal in most fields is at the back of the end zone.
Yep.
So it's a 120-yard field.
Yep.
So whenever you see Hudson Hadrick with his rockets that he's hitting from the 25 or 30-yard line, he's kicking those 40 yards.
Yeah,
it's
like a field goal.
Yeah, and it's on the fly, and it's hitting the back of the net pretty solid. So, yeah, I don't when we look at the scoring thirds, it's just really I just kind of stick to the football numbers, but
yeah,
it's I guess it's not really that specific, but it's
Hadrick.
good
Yeah.
challenge by Hudson.
Hadrick was battling the Golden Eagles. Number 10, Linus Johnson out there. Hadrick wins that one. Here's Johnson on the right side. He's going to cross it. Oh, the header sails over top. Nice looking cross on him. Pass. I'm trying to read the number of that player far side. He's not turning.
It looks like number 10, it looks like to me.
Johnson's the one that sent it in, I thought. Yep, Johnson near side here, and then far side.
You're right.
Far side is
11.
11.
Yep.
Okay, that's Tyler Bain, one of the seniors, one of the players to watch out for. I asked Coach Moore who we should watch out for. Number 7, Gavin Yost. Number 8, Derek Arnusalam. Number 11, Tyler Bain. And then they've got a really solid goalkeeper that they like. Number 99, Xander Kufield. He's a senior. All 4 seniors.
Yeah, like you said, with 12 seniors on the team, that's a pretty nice luxury to have as a coach because they have a lot of experience, and obviously they're talented to be 8-1 on the season. So,
yep, for the Titans today, missing is Beckett Martins is out with sickness. I forget who else. He wasn't sure if this other player was going to play. I know Eimers is out.
I talked a little bit to Holden Delmonico before the game. He's still having some trouble with his back and stuff, but he's going to give it a go today. The doctors, I guess, basically told him that he can't really necessarily hurt it anymore, but it's just more of a pain tolerance issue.
Okay. Saw Reiners there bend one in, get stopped by the senior Kufeld for the Golden Eagles. They'll have a goal kick now. We tick down close to 15 minutes played in this one.
Gavin's become kind of one of my more fun players to watch. Just love his intensity and his grit and his leadership. I think that's something that hopefully these younger players are kind of watching what he does and watching how he handles his business, because it's one of those things where you can learn a lot from players like that.
Yeah, I talked to the football coaches, and they actually said they wish he would have stayed out. They liked him as well.
What did he play in football, I guess? Was he a running back, or what was he?
I don't know. Yeah. I would guess.
I would think he could be about anything.
About anything. Linebacker.
I was going to say, I think he would make a heck of a linebacker.
Yep. Now there's a penalty on the Titans, so free kick, center field for the Golden Eagles. Titans haven't subbed anybody in. Golden Eagles have subbed one in Leo Ventura.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing to watch, because when I was on the field, and I'm sure you experienced the same thing, it was probably about 15 degrees hotter on the turf than it was just standing on the sidewalk. So
yeah, it's hot. But the Titans also don't have a lot to substitute. Aberdeen, Golden Eagles with 22 on the team. Titans are under that. They've got about 6 or 7 healthy bodies. In corner, centered. Kicked out of there for the Titans. That was Dalen McNally, the junior. Another Golden Eagles substitution here coming in. Be number 5, Donovan Kiso. He's a sophomore for them. And for the Titans, it's going to be number 24, Trevin Schwartzel, a sophomore for T-Area. 16 and a half minutes gone here. Titan boys playing. We've got to the north of us, we have middle school practice. To the south of us, we have JV soccer on one field, and I think football, varsity football on another field. Up in the main gym at the high school, we have volleyball going on.
There's always something going on at T area. There's no doubt about that.
The fall is that one sent into the corner and out of bounds, so it'll be a Titan goal kick. Ellie Clayberg will miss tonight's soccer game again. Now Shorts will come in for volleyball.
I had not heard that, but that's going to make things a little bit tougher for the girls.
Yeah, she missed the last game too that we broadcast, and went with volleyball. And as shorthanded as the girls are, I'm not sure if you know how shorthanded they are.
Yeah, I was at the Roosevelt game the other day, and I mean, it's kind of, I guess, good news, bad news. You know, you've got players that are missing, but that just opens up opportunity for younger players and for players that maybe don't get as many minutes because some of the talented players are out.
Yep.
So it might not help a whole lot, you know, with this season because of their record and how they're struggling a little bit this year. But I think hopefully it'll pay off a little bit down the road.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a dangerous header attempt, and I think the referee might have missed that one a little bit. But
Golden Eagles drop it. That is number 22 trying to send it in, Derek Holland.
I like how patient both teams are really being, but it just seems like everybody's kind of packed in. I mean, you've got everyone but the keeper in about a 20-yard span there.
As we've played close to a half now, it's fair to say it's been on the Aberdeen has controlled it a little bit more than the Titans to this point.
Yeah, I would say that they've just kept it on their end, or kept it on our end, I should say, a little bit better. But like you said before, that's kind of what they try to do, and
that's a nice send up.
It's a good ball.
That's what Coach Jurgens said. I said, do they pack it in? He said, no, they play possession soccer how you're supposed to do it. So.
Right. And that's not easy to do. I mean, if you don't know the game very well, you know, you look at it and you're just like, well, it's just a round ball. I'll just kick it, and somebody will, you know, get it on their foot, and then they'll dribble, and then they'll make a good pass. When you play as fast as these boys are playing, and you're under pressure, and you've got other boys that are just as fast running at you and trying to knock you off the ball, it's not. These boys make it look a lot easier than it really actually is.
Bill Kirkla, the junior, into the game for the Titans. You see him top of the screen. Wasp number 2.
You're an assassin.
We are getting, it's that time of year where we have an air-conditioned booth up here, and so the bugs are flocking. Ladybugs this year. I was just talking to PA announcer Tom Tosh. Where do the ladybugs come from?
Well, I don't know. I think that's those Asian beetles or whatever that
Okay.
are supposed to do whatever. They're the ones that...
Brax Johnson shows off his leg.
Yeah, those are those ones when you kill those, you can smell them for a week. They're nasty. I don't know what their purpose is in this world, but...
It's something.
Must be doing a hydration break. That's good.
Okay, yep. We are 19. Clock. Stop the clock. And the clock still, nope, now it's stopped. So
you got to love the helpful fans from the Titans helping Tom run the scoreboard over there.
Halfway through the first half, and this is, like we said before, this is a referee decision here. Is when he's going to stop it. The one referee told me that he stopped it one time so he himself could get a break. So
I believe that. I talked to him on the way in. I talked to the center official on the way in, and just told him he better make sure that he hydrates today because it's going to be a hot one out there.
Yeah. Did we discuss this? Is it 5 to 7 miles? Is that what they run every game?
I don't know about the officials running that far, but the players, I would say, if you're playing in the center of the field, I would say you're probably running that pretty easily.
Who runs the most?
I would say it's pretty easy. The midfielders probably cover the most ground, and then it's probably the forwards.
Yeah. That's why you'll see a lot of defenders play the whole game without coming out because they just don't log the steps that everybody else does, and of course the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and the center backs, generally speaking, in most teams will play the full time, and the outside backs will probably play the second most time other than the keeper. The keeper will usually play the full amount as well.
Yeah, 0-0 halfway through. We're having a little water break here. We'll get to halftime. I will run down and hear what the coaches have to say.
I think this is the first time I've seen the officials sit on the other side of the field. That's kind of interesting.
Officials sitting on the visiting footballs bleachers. And I will I'll stick my nose into the huddle and see what they have to say and then come back and report that second half. Chris might make his way down to get a couple of the hot dogs.
I'll probably wait till after the game for that. I don't want to eat them so fast that I can't enjoy them. They are pretty tasty.
Big and tasty. And then we will rejoin you for the girls' soccer matchup. Same teams, Aberdeen Central, T area 2 and 6, Aberdeen Central 4, 3 and 2. But in the last 4 for Aberdeen Central girls, 2 wins and 2 ties.
Yeah,
so.
Like I said, they've kind of maybe figured some stuff out, and I haven't really paid any attention to their lineups and watched them play much this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play.
Yeah. Here we go. We'll start it up again. The throw in for the Golden Eagles. And that throw in was, I believe, by number 7, Gavin Yost. This is the backside. Colin Swearinger, one of the few juniors here. Passes it to Derek Arneson.
Swearingen was a character on the HBO series Deadwood, if I remember right.
Okay.
I haven't heard that name forever.
Okay. That is, yeah, Colton Swearingen.
Yeah, I think he was the resident bad guy. So.
Okay. Bonza looking to fight for that one on the
Look
far
at that.
sideline.
That's a good fight.
And then Bonza goes down. They're going to call it.
Not sure calling it on who, though, because it was kind of a little bit 50-50.
It was. I agree.
My guess is that the Aberdeen player might have extended an arm or something, because if you're going shoulder to shoulder, you're probably not going to get a call like that.
So this is going to be a free kick about 28 yards out. As Bonza, being honest, leaned into that one. Oh, they're going to put it back a little further.
It's going to be about 34 yards.
34. And this is for the Titans, Dalen McNelly, the junior. What's he going to do with this one? Can you tell?
I think he's going to probably play it to the back post and let somebody try to run on it and head it in.
Little low there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Here's
didn't
Connor
quite
Case.
make it. That's a good ball, just a little high.
Case got it. You could see it was going to sail high.
And I think that
right
I think he was taking it because Hudson Hadrick's not in the game at the moment.
Oh.
Otherwise, I think Hudson would have been taking that
100%.
ball.
So it would be a goal kick for Aberdeen.
It always works that way. Whenever you sub out a player like that, then you need him, and he's sitting on the sideline.
Bonza battling. We've got Lincoln Stone, also Derek Holland over there for the Golden Eagles. This is going to be Lincoln Stone again. Titans drop it. This is Connor Case to Reiners. Reiners is going to drop it all the way back to Brax Johnson.
Taking his time. They're not pressuring him, so that's a good thing.
Yep, Johnson in the yellow. He's got quite the leg. Hey, a little ricochet there. Worked out for the Titans for the time being. Aberdeen Central just sends it close to out of bounds. Saved in bounds by Leo Ventura. Ace is what they call him. Just like number 6, we haven't seen him yet. I heard it's Ignacio Baez Corting, but they call him Nacho Ignacio. He wears number 6 for the Golden Eagles.
That's what you're spending all your time on before the game.
Hey, Aberdeen had
knew?
something I haven't seen a lot of. I know the Titans do it for football. It's a pronunciation guide, and Aberdeen brought
that's
that
very
with.
cool.
That's really nice.
I've seen them online where you can like click a button and hear somebody pronounce the name. Those are pretty funny. It's just like a computer voice.
You never know. We had Katie Vaseka, and it's spelled E-C-K-A, and I thought it was Vaseka forever. We had the what was her name? She's playing college volleyball, and her name was spelled weird. And so you never know. I just like to go over it. And if I hear it, I think it's no. I'll
That's a
go to
good
somebody else.
ball.
It's a good ball. Here's Bill Kirkla, the junior, running this down. Saved for the day by Gavin Yost, or saved for the moment. Kick it back to the keeper. Kirkla comes off the bench, so he's got a little bit more pep in his step than a lot of players, though he's been out there 5-10 minutes already as we tick down close to 15 left to go.
And he's played really, really well of late, too. I think he's kind of getting more acclimated with the game and the speed of the game and all the players and such. And in the Roosevelt game, he was quite good.
Yeah. I had figured that from my limited soccer knowledge, and I asked the coaches, has he gotten better? And their response was, he's gotten a lot better from last year. So that boot by Brax Johnson.
I would agree, and that's like I said, that's kind of a nice thing to have when you've got players like that developing, and you've got players coming from Germany that surprise you, and especially when you start having some of the injuries and with injuries and sickness and different things like that with these boys, you can hopefully just kind of not take any steps back when you sub them in.
Mm-hmm. Seen Ventura come on, you could see that coming. The send, and what's the call there?
No call.
No call. Okay.
Yep.
I thought I heard a whistle. Maybe it was the.
It might have been the practice to the north. Who knows?
Okay. That ball goes out of bounds. This is 22, Derek Holland. He's going to throw it in, but first we'll get a couple substitutions. Johnson and Bain back into the game.
Number 11, Tyler Bain.
Yeah, the
Front
coach
end
for Aberdeen
players.
Central is really making sure that he's keeping these boys fresh.
Yeah, Lance Moore, he played college soccer at Dakota Westland. He did. Club soccer close to the area because Coach Juergens played against him in club. So,
well, Coach Juergens was a pretty solid college soccer player as
Coach
well.
Juergens played at USF.
Yep.
And has come to T area. Has 4
Good
state
job by
A
Juve.
championship. Bonza with a takeaway, just going to get it little too far ahead of himself.
Yeah, that's a really tough. That's a really tough thing to do, is to beat 2.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the talent level of these Aberdeen Central boys.
Yep, that is the Titans, number 11. Jonathan Howe just poking it up, trying to keep it alive. This is Connor Case sending it back towards midfield. Jonathan Howe, I think he found his car keys that were lost last Friday in school. I was subbing in music, and he came in looking for them, and I said, I haven't seen him, but someone found him, brought him to the office, so all is good.
Well, when I got out of my car today in the parking lot out here, I picked up a goalie glove, which it's like that's not something that you see every day in a high school parking lot.
What did you do with it?
I picked it up and asked Coach Juergens if this looked familiar to him, and I think he thought I was kidding. And it's like, of course it looks familiar. It's a goalie glove, you idiot. But I think it might have been somebody from Aberdeen's, because I don't think a lot of his players were here yet when I arrived.
For his response, was it like planes, trains, and automobiles, where they were saying, you're going the wrong way, and then he responded, how do they know where we're going?
How does he know where we're going?
Holton Delmonico getting ready to check back in. Hopefully he can play somewhat pain-free. We saw him in the Washington game and saw a little of him, and then he was checked back out, and we figured he was hurt because he didn't come back in.
And it's going to be interesting to see how he plays and stuff, because I think it's one of those deals. Ooh,
oh boy.
That's a slip. He knows it. He wanted that. We would like to have that one back.
Yes.
But it's going to be interesting to see how he plays, because he's a competitor, and he wants to be out there. And when you're in that kind of pain, it can kind of mess with your mind a little bit. And when you go out there and know that you really can't hurt it anymore, that it's just a pain tolerance issue, hopefully that helps him to just kind of play and not think about it too much.
Yeah, and Delmonico playing center forward, and what impresses me most about him, he's got great handles in tight spaces, and he'll get off some good, solid passes, too. Here's Juve Bonza running it down.
Yeah, he's always had really high soccer IQ and great touches and passing and all that kind of stuff, and decision-making.
Here's up the sidelines. This is Holland. They're going to say that one's going to the Titans. Bring it back on this side of the field.
I don't think their coach likes that very much. It was right in front of him, and he's trying to explain to him that this is the line right here, and the ball was not over it completely. Because that's one of the things that some people don't understand either. when the ball is on the line, it is still in. So it has got to be 100%. That's a really good tackle by Bill.
Yep.
But it's got to be 100% over the line. Then that goes for out of bounds. That goes for goals, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
So
You say it's a tackle by Bill Kirkula. So there is tackling in soccer. You have to contact the ball first, right?
correct. You just kind of go in, and if you go in and get the ball, and if the tackle kind of comes when the other team's really kind of not expecting you to get the ball, and then you wind up kind of tripping over yourself or the ball or whatever. But since you got the ball first, for the most part, it's not going to be a foul.
There's a shot on goal, a diving stop by Brax Johnson. Wow, it'll be the first corner kick of the day for the Golden Eagles.
It was a great shot and a better save. So
Yeah, it was just kind of unexpected.
I was just going to say that one kind of came out of nowhere.
So a tackle, if you go in, you slide. Does anything that happens afterwards, since you got the ball, is that free game?
It kind of depends. You can't go in from behind, and the call with most of the officiating in soccer is going to be pretty subjective. But if you come in, oh, that's dangerous.
Wow, Brax Johnson again, a diving save and gains possession.
That's a crazy good save.
Yes, that's Brax Johnson.
That's crazy. But yeah, so it's a lot of it's subjective, and if you try to tackle from behind, you're probably going to be risking a foul.
Yeah.
But if you're facing the ball and you're both challenging, or you're challenging the ball, and even from just a little bit from the side, you don't really want to be trying to do it from the back.
Yeah. Just a safety thing.
Yep. I'm not a big fan of slide tackling. I just feel like it's too dangerous for
both
players involved, for sure.
6 for the Titans. That's Hudson Hedrick, and 12 Nathan Hall. Both started the game. They'll check back in at the appropriate time after the Brax Johnson rocket. I don't know why he's not kicking for the football team. Maybe I'll ask him at halftime if I get the chance. You see Golden Eagles here just possessing the ball. This is number 17, Arno Hernandez. And Bill Kirkla trying to take it away. And the clock, we're getting some more help from the crowd. Here comes Juve Bonds on the near sideline, taking on 2 players, gets it past them. Delmonico can't run it down. This is McNeely. Or I'm sorry, Schwartzel for the Titans. Here's Delmonico. Just sends it up. No one to get to that pass, so it'll be the Golden Eagles goalkeeper, number 99, Xander Kufeld, the senior, as we are 8.5 minutes away from halftime.
I think Holden was looking for someone to make more of a diagonal run instead of just running straight down the field.
Okay.
So it's you just got to try to anticipate and try to figure out what your teammates are going to do. It's not always easy.
Yeah, Hedrick and Hall back in. They started also into the game. Number 5, Daywood Toto, a junior for the Titans. We don't see a lot of Daywood. A nice-looking player. Also a band member. I don't know if he went out for band again this year, but Daywood getting some early playing time here. And there he is. He's playing it off his chest. Ball goes back.
One of the things I talked to one of the parents about at the Roosevelt game is it's kind of a bonus for the coaches to have access to some of those players that play a lot of JV minutes because they play varsity first. So a lot of times they'll go and play in the JV game, and they'll play 60, 70 minutes in the JV game, and they just really don't have a lot left to offer in the varsity game. With the varsity playing first, they can kind of get some minutes out of them in the varsity game when they're fresh, and then, then they can go play their JV game.
Yeah, you can see.
That's trouble. Brax again.
Great diving save. Brax Johnson, his 3rd diving save in the last 5 minutes here. Wow. He just plays with a lot of confidence, and it's just apparent he loves the game, loves being out there, and it's fun to watch.
I'm not sure if it's really possible, but he plays with a goalie that plays with that much intensity and that much. He's just always on top of it and doesn't really make very many mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Juve Bonza running it down the sidelines, trying to keep it balanced. He's got
See, that's one of those slide tackles that I don't really like.
And that's going to be a corner for the Titans. And so Hadrick will run off to take the corner far side of the screen, top of the screen for the Titans. He did this the last game we broadcast. Found the head of Juve Bonza and then into the goal to tie the game and then win the game on a Hadrick goal later.
That could wind up being the difference in this game, the way it's going. One goal here or there could be the difference. Just need to have somebody get on the end of this corner.
Here is Hadrick. Nice ball. And it did find the head of Bonza. He got the header but just missed. And then Delmonico had the rebound. His kick got blocked. Good stop by Hall. Hall is going to send it up and nowhere going to be on the end of that one. So it'll be goal kick for the Golden Eagles. 5:45 to play. I don't think anyone is surprised at all. This one is scoreless.
No, this is like a heavyweight fight where they're just they just keep hitting each other and nobody's going anywhere.
It was Wheathouse on the ball. This is Golden Eagles. And see how far Brax is going to come out. And he does, and then saves the day.
And just slows him down just enough and gets enough of the ball to throw him off.
Ethan DeGeest, after Brax slowed him down, ran in, kicked it out of bounds. Great opportunity for the Golden Eagles, but a great save by both DeGeest and Johnson for the Titans.
That is the epitome of team defense right there.
Yeah. And now it's going to be back close to the box for Golden Eagles. And they do possess this really, really well. That's got to be frustrating almost for the Titans. Just can't get their foot on the ball.
Well, and the other part of it is they've got so many players back to stop that possession and to try to contain that possession. They're not really getting an opportunity to counter and get up the field and be dangerous offensively.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there. So I guess Aberdeen Central's offense is slowing down T's offense.
Bonza off his knee and out of bounds.
And the coaches, again, think that she is not seeing the line right, and they're helping her out with that
was
out of bounds.
Clearly off the Titans' Bonza's knee.
Well, I don't think I think what they're saying is it wasn't even out. It's on the line, and they're calling it as out when it was actually still in.
Hadrick there extended his hands into the back of the defender for the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles ball. And Luke Aker, center ref, is saying, "Try it again."
He tried to get a few extra yards out of it and go quick, and
they all do.
Oh yeah. Not gonna. I don't know any other analogy to make, but they're just like children. They're gonna test their boundaries and see what they can get away with.
That's right. As we tick down 3.5 to go until halftime.
The Titans' defense has done pretty well considering their leader has been on the sideline for quite a while.
Yeah. Yep, looking at Aberdeen's, they average about 2 a game, maybe just under 2. Right at 2 a game. They have had games this year. They've scored 4 in once, and they've scored 3 in once, and then they've scored 2 3 times. So have the Golden Eagles. The Titans' biggest scoring output was twice against Mitchell and Huron. They won both of those 5-0. And then they put up 4 in their last game against Sioux Falls Roosevelt.
Oh,
David Toto. Ball ricocheted. He's not able to get control. It's going to be a throw in for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, I like the spark that he's brought in when he came in and has given them some pretty valuable minutes and getting some people a little bit of rest. Because again, it's hot.
When we play the Golden Eagles in football, I've done PA before. My spotter and the former great teacher of the Titans, Adam Shoresman, would refer to them as the Bald Eagles.
Oh boy!
Hoping I would stumble and announce that, and I didn't, but wouldn't be surprised if it happened sometime. There's the Golden Eagles top of the screen, 20 yards out, under 2 minutes. That's going to be a handball, clearly. And so the Golden Eagles just kick it away from the Titan player, that's going to mean the poor ball shakers have to run down and grab that ball after the.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but a candy bar and a bottle of pop's not enough on a day like today. But they're young and they're JV, so they probably get to do it for nothing.
I did talk to a Harrisburg student yesterday that told me she was 13th in the Nike Heartland. That's an event that gets about 275 runners.
Wow.
She was 13 getting ready to come across the finish line, and she passed out. And she got DQ'd. That's the bad news. The good news is her team, Harrisburg East Middle School, they won the girls' portion of JV anyways.
She got disqualified because she wasn't.
She couldn't finish. She passed
so
out.
She just didn't finish?
Yep, she didn't finish.
Oh, that's horrible timing.
Yeah. She took it. She was very kind about it, and I'd asked her, "Have you ever run?" No, she'd never run before. That was her first race, and so I think she's. Ball skips through for the Golden Eagles. Brax Johnson again, and the Geest again,
phenomenal.
kicking it out of bounds. 30 seconds. That would have been heartbreak for the Titans. And again, that one, like the last one, that just happened really quickly. That one's going to be off of Schwartzel and out of bounds. You'll hear Tom Tosh count it down when we get down to 10 seconds. The Golden Eagles would love to score here. Case tries to keep it out of there. This one's going to in the box, kicked out by the Titans, and that'll probably do it for the first half. Going to send it here, and no good. So that one will float into the corner.
Yeah, it would have been a tough way to go into halftime giving up a goal like that this late when they've played as well as they have defensively.
They sure have. Both teams have played well. I'd say Aberdeen has controlled it most of the game, so that's where we stop. For halftime, Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles at 8-1. They are 0 goals. The Titans at 6-1-1 are 0 goals. We'll see you again in about 10 minutes. All right, welcome back to the second half. Chris, did you get, wonder if Chris got hydrated? Coach was telling the players down on the field, move around, don't just sit for the whole halftime. And so they did that. Coach Juergens nicely allowing me to sit in at halftime a little bit. They stressed to them, both Coach Juergens and also Coach Ryan Gallagher, third coach for the Titans, Sergio Benuelas, stressed that there's no pressure, they're just fine. Told his team to relax, that there's no pressure and relax, and they've got this. 50-50 balls have to be the Titans. They stressed that towards the end of the half. 50-50 balls have to be the Titans. Look for the top center. Look for the top center. There are two.
That's trouble. That's big trouble. Oh, Brax again.
Had it for a second. There we go. The two center backs. Okay, there we go. Can hear myself. Jude Bonza now up the field. And he sends that up to Hall just a little too much. That's what they're telling their players. Look for that top center. Get it to that top center because they are usually wide open. They said that the two Golden Eagles defenders are way off. And so, Chris, can you hear me?
I gotcha.
Okay. I just can't hear myself.
We just had a little bit of technical difficulty, I think.
The two center backs are way off, they're saying, so get it to the center. And they say what Aberdeen Central is trying to do is go over the top. That's what they're looking for, is the ball over the top. They're telling their defenders, don't let the guy turn. They need to grind on them, make him pull it back, then they can back off a little bit. But until they do that, don't back off on defense, and outside forwards, make a play, make a cut across the back, and be a threat out there. And they've got a shot. They're in a good spot here.
Yeah, this is going to be another corner for Aberdeen Central. That's always a dangerous play. You just kind of never know what's going to happen.
Here we go. Good ball and out of bounds. You see number 14 for the Golden Eagles. That's Gus Berkness, just put his hands over his face. Thought they might have had a shot and blew it. Brax Johnson.
He had another great save while we were having technical difficulties. Yeah. You just got a fingernail on that one. And
I saw that.
Hit it off the crossbar.
That's all he needed.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Juve Bonza trying to get it upfield. No go. Booted by Swearingen.
I feel like this game's going to wind up just, unfortunately, probably just coming down to a mistake.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to make a mistake that's going to cost them a goal, and it's unfortunately going to cost somebody a win.
That one sent back by DeGeese. Johnson thought the defenders might get to that. Here comes Hudson Hadrick. He's got far right side. Dalen McNally. McNally looking up. Nowhere to go. He's just going to drop it back to Case. Case kicks it off of the foot of Gus Berkness, and the coaches yell they wanted the Titans to be quicker there. Throw in. Goes off the head of Vanderweist of the Golden Eagles. And now here's Jonathan Howe shielding the defender, trying to keep control of the ball. He will to Bonza. Bonza sends it back. And now Juve gets by one defender. He kicks it a little too hard again. That one's going to be cleared and kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he was trying to maybe go more to the sideline, and it wound up kind of coming off the side of his foot a little bit and got too close, got too far into the middle.
Yep. There is Reiners, knocked out of bounds, ball to the Golden Eagles. They'll throw it in. Just 4 minutes into a scoreless game so far. We saw this kind of game against Watertown that went for a 0-0 tie. The only scoreless game for the Titans this year, boys or girls. There's the header. Brax Johnson will come out, and now there's a goal.
There it was. Yep, there it was.
Just a little Brax Johnson had sailed over his head, couldn't get a hand on the goal by number 11, Tyler Bain. just an easy one for him after how hard it's been all game. So at the 35-53 mark.
Yeah, I think
remaining.
that one caught both teams a little bit by surprise, and there just happened to be somebody on the end of it for Aberdeen Central.
Arnaud Hernandez, senior, coming in for the Golden Eagles. So Johnson just kind of went after that ball thinking he could get his hands on it. It sailed a little higher than he thought, and unfortunately it sailed across the goal and just allowed Bain to send it home an easy one as Linus Johnson comes off the field. Looks like he's a little bit hobbled. Titans play that back. That's Connor Case.
He might have been the one that took the brunt of that when that little header across. He might have been one taking the header and might have taken some contact.
Oh, okay. Here's McNelly battling Berkness.
We'll see if the Titans can rebound from this a little bit and not get it in their head and drop their shoulders or anything like that. Just bear down and play hard.
Titans looking for their second home comeback win in a row. They got down against Washington 1-0. And Bonza with a left-footed kick just sails wide of the goal. So it'll be a goal kick, Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagle goals scored by number 11, Tyler Bain.
And now that'll be Titans trying to get the steal. Whitehouse. And now there is Hall. Hall going to send it almost back to Whitehouse. Nowhere to go. That was the Golden Eagles. Send it upfield now off the top of the head of Connor Case. This is Lincoln Stone out of bounds. Stone going to throw it in. Nope, he's going to leave it now for Isaac Vanderweist.
It'll be interesting.
Senior.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too to see what Aberdeen Central does here from a defensive standpoint. If they continue to attack or if they just maybe become a little more defensive.
Yeah, there's going to be a trip, and unfortunately for the Titans, DeGeest is saying, we just got our feet tangled up. If he wouldn't have fallen, would you have called that? Okay, I don't know what he's saying, but probably something similar to that.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that's, I don't know. It's the AR on that side called it. I don't know if it would have been called had the AR not been waving his flag.
Yeah. So free kick here for the Golden Eagles. It'll be, it looks like for the moment, Derek Arunslum. He is set to kick it. Nope, he's going to fake it. And just dropped back to Arunslum. And that was faked, sent over by Tyler Bain. And out of bounds, Holden Delmonico coming back in.
Substitution, number 10, Linus Johnson.
Linus Johnson coming back in for the Golden Eagles. It'll be McNelly coming off for the Titans. And Hernandez for the Golden Eagles. Under 33 minutes to go. This is Reiners.
We'll see if the Titans can get something going through Holden here with his touches. That's a good touch.
Ball off his chest and kicked out of bounds by the Golden Eagles. Hall, and now you can see why there's been so many shutouts for this Golden Eagles team. 6 of the last 7 games they held opponents to 0 points, 0 goals.
Yeah, you haven't seen them get out of position
Right.
hardly at all the entire game.
Good job by
Good pressure by Holden.
sailed upfield. It's going to be Connor Case on the throw-in. Let's see what kind of throw-in Case can get here. He's obviously going to be looking for the big Holden Delmonico over his head. Bonza was there on the backside to try to kick it in. It didn't get that far. This is Reiners.
Oh,
comes
boy.
up and kicks what would be a field goal-looking kick. Out of bounds, goal kick, Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles.
Leo Ventura, the ace, is coming back in.
35-yard field goal.
Yeah.
It would have been good from 60.
Lincoln Stone comes off.
Goal kick, Golden Eagles.
Coach Moore told me that he credits this team for just buying in to the program, and you've got 12 seniors. I always look at that. When you have 12 seniors, as a coach, you have to be doing something right for making that many seniors want to stay out and have that experience.
Well, and I think that you're also just blessed because you've gotten to probably work with them for a minimum of 4, sometimes 5 years, depending on the program, maybe 6. So you've kind of prepared them for this time and done a good enough job, like you said, to keep them wanting to come out and keep them hungry. Now it's time to make something happen with it.
Yeah, Pierre has lost to Jefferson, so Pierre looks beatable. They've had several close games here. It's the Golden Eagles. Reiner steps up and takes that one away. Then he kind of loses it, gets possession, and now the trip is going to go Titans' way, I believe. It will. About the 25-yard line. Ticking down.
Is that Ventura that kind of took the brunt of that?
It is.
Yeah, when you run into Gavin, you're probably going to have a little bit of a bad day at that point.
Reiners kicks it upfield. 10 minutes have been played. Second half, 30 minutes to go.
He might have hurt himself a little bit on that kick. He's hobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think it did exactly what he wanted it to do. But yeah, being in the position of being up a goal for Aberdeen, the way they control the ball, it's like you say, it's no wonder why they don't give up many goals, because they're very disciplined, they're very well coached, they're always in position, and they just don't make many mistakes.
Yep, really possess the ball, value every possession they get. That is very apparent. Delmonico is able to get his head on it, knocked out of the box by the Golden Eagles, kicked in by De Geest. And nowhere to go. Golden Eagles will save that one. We'll call this Ladybug Field for this game.
Boy, I don't know what's a bigger battle, the soccer game or the fans battling ladybugs in the stands.
Good grief. And they're flying into the press box here as we have the window open for the camera. There's Hadrick, sends it upfield. Probably going to be a little bit too far out of bounds. And like we told you, the coaches told the Titans their center front is going to be open. They want to try to get it up there and then let Delmonico disperse it from there. And also don't back off. They don't want to back off. These defenders don't want to back off. They want to stay onto these Golden Eagles. This is Raleigh Powell trying to stop, and the Golden Eagles just keep going.
Yeah, they just keep throwing bodies forward. The big challenge will be for T is to get a ball that's easy to handle, so that Holden can make a good touch and just disperse it, like you said, just pass it off and read the play and be able to just to do it without really interruption or a bad pass coming to him, so he can handle it.
That one's going to sail. Golden Eagles corner kick going to sail all the way to the other side of the field, where the Titans will throw it in.
I don't know where he was going with that. That's
trying to bend it a little bit more, maybe.
I don't know. That had zero chance.
This is going to be De Geest throwing it in. One of the Titan captains to Bonza. He heads it to Delmonico. Delmonico gets it taken away from him by number 9, Lincoln Stone. Stone gets it back, a little give and go with Yost. Case knocks it out of bounds for the Titans. The throw in, Vanderweist. And in the box again for the Golden Eagles. The shot on goal just off the crossbar. It's going to roll out of bounds. Titan soccer ball. That was a close one. And the Golden Eagles say it's their ball, and I don't see how they thought that.
Well, I think they thought that Brax must have gotten a finger on it because it was on the crossbar.
Well, Raleigh Powell now.
That's trouble. That's got to be a foul.
Gets it out.
Wow. That was completely after the play and no ball.
Yeah, right to Berkness. It was kind of from behind, too, a little bit. Here's Hedrick. Hedrick trying to send it up to Bonza. Just doesn't get through.
They've just had one or two back all the time. They're just not able to get anything through.
Titans look to go to 7-1-1. Aberdeen looking to go 9-1. And there are games remaining as Bonza brings it upfield. Stopped again by the Golden Eagles. That'll be Titan throw in. Titans will play this one, then they will go on the road, 3 straight on the road at Brandon Valley, who is 4-4-1. But that Brandon team tied their game against Lincoln. Then they go to Pierre. Pierre is 4-3-3. And then at Sioux Falls Jefferson. Jefferson is 7-1. They beat Sioux Falls Lincoln. And then they are back home. O'Gorman 4-4 and Sioux Falls Lincoln 6-1-1. So they have got a lot of tough games to close out the season.
Yeah, welcome to AA soccer.
3 on the road and 3 at home. Their opponents in those last games are combined 33, 14, and 5.
Well, the good news with that is if they can pull off some wins and things like that, they can move up into the points.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm trying to remember how many teams make it in the playoffs in AA.
It's 16.
16. So
Yep.
I mean, they're most likely going to make the playoffs because there's only 21 teams.
20.
20 teams. Yeah.
And they'll make it and they'll host at least for round 1.
Well, they gotta
if
be
they
the
stay in that top 8.
I was going to say you got to be in the top 8 to do that, but they'll have every opportunity.
Yeah.
To get really good points in each game.
Right now,
against all
sitting
those
at
winning
7th
teams.
in power points.
Yeah.
Left for 3 on the road, 3 at home. Left for the Titans. For Aberdeen Central, they have 3 on the road and 2 at home. That's including tonight. So T area, and then they will go to Sioux Falls Lincoln, play a 6-1-1 team, and then to Watertown, a 5-3-1 team. Yankton, a 5-3-1 team. So those are all tougher games. And then Mitchell, 2-5-1. Probably going to be a pretty easy win for them in Mitchell. And right now they're 8-1 in power points. So blocked for the time being, and then kicked out by Raleigh Powell. Oh, jumping save by Johnson. It was kicked first by the Titans, McNally, and then Powell. And then Johnson had to sky through the air to get the save to keep this one a 1-goal game with 23 and a half left to go.
Boy, Aberdeen Central just keeps on coming, don't they?
They really do. They're really putting – there's going to be a shot. Goes wide right, out of bounds. And that was by number 21, Ace Ventura.
Substitution number 5, Jonathan Kiso.
5, Jonathan Kiso.
Number 9, Luca Samuel Wittehas.
And Weidenhouse for the Titans. Howe comes out of the game. Goal kick, Brax Johnson. He'll wind up, send it near midfield, over midfield. Delmonico with the header. Delmonico all of about 6'3". The soccer and basketball will be a throw-in for the Titans. The soccer now basketball player, Holden Delmonico. Here's Bonza trying to get possession of it. Juve just can't get behind. Number 7,
yeah, they
Gavin
just can't
Yost.
They just have. If you beat one, there's another one. If you beat that one, then there's another one.
Titans want to play it up to their center front and have him make a play on it. That center front for the majority of the game has been Holden Delmonico, senior for the Titans. Seems the T area has had a Delmonico on the soccer field for a long time. I think the past 8 or 9 years. Holden or his brother Ryan. So
Ryan was fun to watch. Ryan was special.
yeah. Number 9 into the game, Lincoln Stone. He started. 17, Hernandez back into the game. He's been in and out. So we are nearly halfway through the second half, meaning 3/4 of the way through the game. Throw in, you'll see, Golden Eagles. You see the beautiful addition to the high school lawn. I finally got to go in there on Friday. Homecoming, did a little work. Juve Bonza trying to bring it up the field. He can't. And now there's McNelly. Dribbles it up. Nowhere to go. He's going to drop it back to the Geest. I notice a lot of, you don't see a lot of chasing by the Golden Eagles. They just stay where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, they just, soccer term, I guess they just stay home.
Yep.
They're just always where they're supposed to be. And like I said, that's.
There's Delmonico. Couldn't get it through. Taken away by number 5, Donovan Kiso, just a sophomore.
That's just coaching and discipline and soccer IQ.
Yeah. Kiso, that was Arunsalam. Midfield. Here's Case on Linus Johnson. Passes to Kiso.
They're just so patient, too.
And Arunsalam making his way up the field and then just kicked a little too hard over and off of Tyler Bain. It'll be Titan throw in as we near the 20-minute mark left in this game. 1-0. Aberdeen just had a ball fly through the air. Brax Johnson, the terrific keeper for the Titans, went for it. Went over his head, and an easy goal for Tyler Bain, the senior, and one of the 4 captains for these Golden Eagles. Jubanza, far side.
Got one. Yeah, Juve's got one on his shoulder and another one waiting for him.
And I think that's going to be hydration break.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It will be. So 19:44 to go. We'll take a water break from there. And the Titans, as every minute ticks away now, more of an uphill battle to, at this point, you're happy with the tie. That might change if they score.
Well, I think at this point, that's kind of what you've got to be. You just get one. And then if you can wind up getting another one, the biggest thing is don't give up one. Because going down 2 to this team is going to be very, very, very tough to fight back from.
We saw that with the Washington game. Titans trailed as they did in this one, 1-0 at halftime. They got that one goal to tie it, and it seemed like that just kind of lit a fire under this team and new energy, and they went out and got a second one about 3 minutes later, and that was it. And then they played defense the rest of the game and sealed the deal. You see the Titans and the Golden Eagles getting cold towels.
You should bring me one of those. I'm just thinking, what air conditioning?
You know, out in the main part of the scorer's nest up here, it's pretty cool, but when we're sitting here with the window open, the port of entry for the wasps
and the
ladybugs and
the
flies, and what's the other ladybug?
Well, it's an Asian beetle.
Asian beetle.
I think that's what all of those are. They're not ladybugs.
Okay.
I think they're Asian beetles.
What's the one up to your left, just above you? You see it up there, up by the player pronunciation guide over here to your other left, up here, up. Oops, sorry.
Oh, way over there. I have no idea.
Yeah, because there's 2 different kinds of beetles coming in here.
I just think that there's just too many of them.
There's
No matter what they are.
There's look over here, all of them crawling on the wall.
Oh yeah.
There's one above the light.
There's one in the light. I'll tell you what.
Beetle Stadium here in T, South Dakota.
Right.
Goodness. Vacuum. Okay. Man alive.
Boy, that flag is just hanging straight down, too. There is no wind out there, and there's a lot of fans fanning themselves from the heat and swinging at bugs and bees and beetles and whatever else.
And no wind here for a soccer or a football game or even a track event. It's pretty rare because there's really not a lot of wind breaks surrounding.
For sure.
Thunder Valley, as they call it, right here on the campus of the T High School. The newly expanded high school in the background. And then across the street to the south, to the right of us, is the middle school. And then a little further south of that is one of 3 T area elementaries. And then to the back of us, you have a little lake and a nature area, a really pretty area out there. The T area high school is located on about the farthest west part of T, at least as of now. Far west and pretty far northwest in the rapidly growing T, South Dakota.
I'm not 100% sure that across the street's not Lennox School District. Who even knows?
It is.
Yeah, I think it is from the football field here to
Across
the
the street to the west.
yeah.
So
I believe that's Lennox School District in the other side of the road. So we might be a little landlocked here for a while. Our friends to the south probably aren't going to be too giving with that land.
Well, and I don't know if we can. You can have a district, and if you don't service it, and if someone comes in and says they're going to service it, you have a certain amount of time before you have to give it up. That's why they built the T Elementary in Sioux Falls.
Right.
Because if we wouldn't have got that path, if we wouldn't have built that, we were at risk of just losing the entire district, possibly. We might be part of the Sioux Falls district if that wasn't the case. But the Titans, as we sit now, the smallest K through 12 district in all of South Dakota. Land-wise, we're the smallest K through 12. So even with the rapid growth, we can really only get so big. And so will we ever get Harrisburg type big? I don't think so. They went in 30 years from a 39 graduating class to a 560 graduating class.
That was Harrisburg?
That's Harrisburg,
wow. Well, I don't know if you've seen their freshman academy, but their freshman academy is kind of ridiculous. It's just absolutely beautiful.
So I've subbed there numerous times, and that's going to be their second high school.
I believe that too.
So you'll see with some of their newer schools, they don't have the word Tigers really anywhere because they're going to have two high schools.
Yeah, it's going to be a Harrisburg North High School. I think that's what is that, a 5 or 7 year plan or something like that?
Yeah, if not sooner.
Really?
Yeah, but so that Harrisburg High School is just sophomore through seniors, and then you got freshman academy.
I think the first year the freshman academy was there, they had like 621 freshmen.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it that they're all just freshmen, but it's a 2-story, ginormous building, kind of over. They have a few in this area over by and Bonds are taking a fall. Let's see if they get a yellow card for that or not, just a foul.
Yeah, that's not going to be a yellow, I don't think.
Over by that 69th and Minnesota Walmart, right in that area. It's kind of a reason they're
85th, you mean?
85th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So it's going to be Harrisburg North Tigers and then Harrisburg South, I don't know, Lions maybe. So
it's hard saying.
T area has in plan. This is a nice ball. Connor Case just gets ran over from behind.
I was just going to say, I don't know how that's not a foul. He ran right through his back.
That's crazy that Connor Case is going to get a header and just got taken out from behind by the goalkeeper.
He's going to make him come out, too, because they're trying to protect him with head injuries and things.
Okay. So Bill Kirkala, saw him in the first half. Impressive first half out of him. He'll come into the game. So there was no foul called, but there was,
pretty significant
he does have
contact.
a fear for his head, but not enough to call a foul.
Yeah, I was going to say there was no foul called, but there was really significant contact.
So
through his back.
Case frustrated that he has to come out, and then there was no. It's got to be one or the other or both. And now he's being questioned by the Titans' McNelly, maybe wondering why that wasn't called.
Substitution for the Titans, number 14, Connor Case.
Is that one of the line judges' calls? Is
for what exactly?
For the foul there, as Aker might not have seen that.
No, I don't think so. I think the AR can maybe if they saw something, but that kind of happened right in front of him. I don't know what he was looking at or not looking at, but to me, he obviously didn't see it. Otherwise, to me, it's almost got to be something with that much.
Great ball. The Bonds just bounces over his shoulder. He's frustrated.
Yeah, and Juve gets caught by the 20-yard turf monster.
Be a throw-in. Tigers, 15:30 left in this one. Time running out for the Titans.
Now you said Tigers. because we're talking about Harrisburg.
Did I say Tigers? Wow. T area Titans, the
At least you didn't
Harrisburg
say, At least
Tigers.
you didn't say bald eagles.
Yet.
Yet, yes, we still have time. About 15 minutes left in the game.
So the
They're still
Titans
coming.
have
Oh,
won.
boy.
Brax Johnson just where's the ball? There it is. Good job by him. Coach Moore for the Golden Eagles. A little frustrated they didn't get that in. Like you said, a second goal would be all but lights out. Titans haven't lost here at home. The closest they came was the 0-0 tie, but they have not lost this year at home. Of course, on the road, they've only lost one.
And I believe the rest of the season, they're the 4 o'clock games, so they might want to
Yep.
figure that part of it out. I know they've been on the 6 o'clock game all season to this point, but
Yep.
there's just been not really been on the same page with some of their passes and some of their reads and things like that, which happens.
Yep. Reiner's back. He'll send it upfield. That is Schwartzel with the ball. Tries to find Hadrick. Just gets taken away
It's a good step.
by the Golden Eagles.
Good way to stay with it.
And there's Hall. He's going to get at least a shot and
Oh,
kicks
right
it right
to
at
him.
the goalkeeper. Great left-footed kick. Just like that. That happened in a matter of a few seconds.
Right, and he wound up getting by one, and the second one fell down. So
Yep. So under 14 to play. This is Yost. He finds Berkness. And then Kiso, and then out of bounds, throw in by Connor Case. He'll throw it into Hadrick. Hadrick brings it
play.
across
There you go.
midfield.
He's open.
He finds Bonza. Bonza, nowhere to go. Drops it back. This is Wiedenhouse. And he keeps it in bounds. And out of bounds. That's to the Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles, number 10, Linus Johnson. He started the game. He's back in. Ace Ventura is back in.
Aberdeen's done a good job on their substitution pattern and keeping players fresh, and I think that's kind of what has kind of helped them to continue to put the pressure on, and both offensively and defensively in this game.
Yeah. They've probably brought in 4 or 5 is all. Haven't used a lot of subs. Same with the Titans. They haven't used a lot. You've seen Kirkla, Delmonico for the Titans. And that's been about it. Schwartzel.
That one could be trouble. Oh, maybe not.
Another save by Kufield, senior goalkeeper.
He hasn't touched the ball very much today. That's
Aberdeen
for sure.
Central. He hasn't. There is De Geest. That's Hall battling for it, still battling. And Connor Case just overruns it. That one stays in bounds, but Connor Case should be able to keep track of this one. Drops it back.
Now they're getting pushy. 21 is Ace is pushing, getting frustrated with the little grab of the jersey.
We're getting to that point. It's hot out here. That one's just going to roll and roll.
Well,
Rex Johnson will take it.
they're competitors, and tempers kind of flare, and it's hot, and you're tired, and you just kind of want to get out of here with a W, and don't want somebody grabbing your jersey when you're trying to play, I guess.
Yep. Hey, that one comes out from behind the bench. Wish we could tell you what was going on, but the Titans have a little tent up, and we can't see through it.
The Titans number 11, Jonathan Howe.
I think it's going to be Kiso checking in. Howe is back into the game. For the visiting team, Stone will check back in, and then Delmonico for the Titans. Did you put your soccer game day sign in the yard today?
Nope, I had, this is trouble.
And that's just looked like not a lot of effort put in by the Titan defense.
I don't really know what happened there, but it just seemed like
And the left-footed
left.
goal, I believe, was Linus Johnson.
Yeah, it was
So-
a little too easy for him to.
Yeah, he
To
just
lose
kind of
him.
kept going and didn't stop. And
Golden Eagle goal number 10, Linus Johnson.
maybe he's surprised how easy that is. But with 10:33 to go,
Substitution.
that's probably the first nail in the coffin for the Titans.
Yeah, I would say the boys are getting tired. I mean, they haven't subbed a ton, and they've had some injuries and some players missing. And like I said, it's got to be pushing 100 degrees on the turf.
Yeah. Last hot day, at least for this area, I believe, for a while. That one's just missed. That'll be Golden Eagle ball. Throw in. Number 4, Vanderweist finds the foot of Raleigh Powell. Here's Hedrick. Brings it up. Trying to find space, trying to find someone to pass it to. And Howe. And now DeGeest will go battle for the ball. Off of the leg of Burgard for the Golden Eagles. Titan throw in. Bill Kirkala come into the game for DeGeest. DeGeest will be back, I'm sure. Under 10 minutes to play.
These boys are going to sleep like a baby tonight. They might not go to bed happy, but they're going to sleep like a baby.
Titans haven't been on this side. Haven't been on the losing side much this season. 6-1-1 coming into this one.
Yeah, there's just some uncharacteristic
pass.
things. He's
Great
offside.
pass.
He's offside. So
Offside.
he's offside. So yeah, he was. It was a great pass, but he was open because he was off.
(2-0) under 9 minutes to play now. This will be Reiners. He's got a big leg on him, kicking it just inside the 20, sends it across midfield. No Titan in sight. The big body of Tyler Bain plays that one back. 8:33 to go.
Yeah, Aberdeen has been very, very, very solid in this game fundamentally, and just doing the basics just very, very well. Very few mistakes.
Agreed. Powell Kirkla is going to come up and just steal that one. I don't know if the Golden Eagle knew who was back there. Drops it now. Bonza to Kirkla. Kirkla is going to try to send it upfield. He will, but Gavin Yost has other plans. The Yost now will send it downfield. There's Reiners. Reiners will just drop it. Brax Johnson send it up close to midfield, across midfield. And boy, the Titans, they just don't have much room to work when they do get the ball.
Well,
Aberdeen closes out really fast.
I think that they're going to have to just kind of realize that games like this happen, and they've got a very, very quick turnaround because they play again in Brandon 2 nights from now.
Yeah.
So they are not going to. They're not going to have time to really dwell on this, or nor should they. But it's going to be. They're going to have to kind of forget about it and kind of regroup.
Yeah, DeGeest back into the game. Trevin Schwartzel will be looking to come back into the game. Ticking down, close to 7 minutes to play.
And like I said earlier, unfortunately, it's the mistakes that were made that kind of cost us the goals, and it's but it's you got to give Aberdeen Central credit though for sticking with it and continuing to kind of push up and put pressure on our defense.
Mm-hmm.
There were some uncharacteristic mistakes that kind of cost us on those.
Yep, Kirkla sends it out.
But Brax has still played a fantastic game.
Yeah, 2 goals allowed from him. That's, well, he had 3 last game. He's allowed
There he
in
is
3.
again. Yeah, and there he is again.
Brax Johnson allowed 3 goals the last game. Look at that bomb up the field. It's going to take one bounce and roll inside the 30. And the 50-50 balls that the coaches said they have to win.
We just can't find the passing lanes. It's like we're passing it to their feet. And like I said, they've just, it's almost like they know, like that right there.
Right.
Almost like they know where we're going with it. And
Yep.
they've just, like you said before, they've just stayed home and been in every passing lane and been on the end of every 50-50 ball. And
Reiner's over in the corner. Keep it in bounds for the time being. Finds Bonds. Bonds just knocked off the ball by number 22, Derek Holland. Holland will send it up to Bain. Bain's got one goal. Johnson has the other. Get a timeout here and get some players into the game.
Golden Eagle substitutions, number 19. Colin Germstead.
19, Colin Germstead.
Ventura.
21, Leo Ace Ventura.
24, Trevin Schwartz.
Schwartzel into the game. He'll replace number 8, Dalen McNelly. As we're under 5 minutes now to go. Ball's bouncing around. Bill Kirkla finally tries to just send it out. He does.
just haven't seen Aberdeen Central get really rattled at all. They've just been calm and handling their business, and it's like I said, it's been pretty impressive to watch because these boys are playing hard.
Yeah, so far in the year, goals scored 21. They've only let in 5 all year. And this is game number 10. Allowing half a goal a game is about their average. Delmonico tries to run that back. Just a drop by number 7, Gavin Yost. As we're now under 4 minutes to go. It's Case, nice header by him. Schwartzel. Hall.
Bless you, big fella.
Hadrick. Hadrick attempted to send it up for Hall. Just a little too far. There's Kirkula with a header.
Coach Jorgensen's, I guess, outlook on this game or on Aberdeen Central is playing very, very true of the game of possession and the way the game of soccer is supposed to be played. They've kind of put on a possession clinic today.
Yeah. Very impressed. They'll move to a double A best 9 wins. Rapid City Stevens is also 8-1, so don't know what they'll do. Hadrick getting the quick drink with under 3 minutes to go. Hadrick about 55 yards out. A little far.
It's a really good ball.
Really
still.
good ball. Boy, that just, if he would have got a little bit more behind that.
You know, you're just waiting for someone to kind of run under it and have it skip across the top of their
Yep.
head and
Yep.
see if you can get it to sneak by the keeper. The keeper did a good job of coming out and taking care of that one.
Reiners with the header. This is Howe. Howe tries to leave it for Kirkula, and now just kicks it out of bounds. So, 2-minute warning coming up. Howe in for the first time, and Contreras also in for the first time.
Do they have a 2-minute warning in soccer?
It is so it should be a clock stoppage under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, that's when they'll
It should be
stop
a clock stoppage.
I'm not sure why the clock isn't stopping now, but
when the winning team is making substitutions. Now, if the losing team makes substitutions, it's not a stopped clock.
correct.
So about 10 seconds were lost off the clock. No harm, no foul. I don't think it'll impact the game at all.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've mentioned before in other broadcasts is when these kids sit in school all day and they're not, they don't hydrate in the morning, they don't hydrate during school, and then they come out here and don't really have time to hydrate because they walk right from the school right onto the field, and it's just tough to have energy.
Yeah.
When your body's just so depleted of fluid.
Oh, great job down there by number 21, Leo Ace Ventura, keeping that alive, at least getting a little bit of a shot on goal as we're 1 minute. There's DeGeest. We saw Raleigh Powell come off for the Titans. His day will be done. Played all of about 80 of the 90 or 70 of the 80 minutes in this one. There's Hedrick. He's been out there almost the whole game. Bonza is also. Here comes DeGeest. DeGeest looked like he wanted to send that one from there. As we tick down close to 30 seconds, if you joined us, you want to watch the girls' game, it won't be on this thread. It will be on another one on YouTube. So however you found this one, you can find that one.
And we will definitely be finding our way to that game.
We will. Maybe after the concession stand.
Oh, you had me at concession stand.
10 seconds. Tommy Tosh will count it down for the Titans.
8, 7, 6, 5.
And that'll do it. Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles move to 9 wins. First AA boys soccer team with 9 wins. 9-1 goals for them by Johnson and Bain, both in the second half. The Titans drop their first game at home, and they will fall to 6-2-1. So Aberdeen Central, with an impressive win, probably moves up from their third spot in power points. Titans, they're not going to lose many power points in this one. Losing to an 8-1 team isn't as bad as losing to a 1-8 team.
Right, but this was a 50-point game, I think, for a win.
Yeah.
So
we'll move on. Chris Murray and Andrew Griffin will move over to the girls' side of it. Hope to see you there. I'm Shad Hockey, and Titan fans, bye for now.